we're starting this week off with a run. Happy start of the week. It is Monday today, and I think it's almost 12 o'clock already, which is unbelievable because I started at 6 a.m. this morning and I've already done a run. I had to swim in my pool, showered, breakfast, all of it. So you can see that I'm in a very go mode at the moment, and that is because it is the 22nd of December, so we are just over a week away from the end of the year, and I'm in my planning mode. I'm in my getting things done. I really want to be feeling like I'm organized and prepped for the year coming in 2026. Just to fill you in, over the past weekend, because I'm in this like planning, setting up mode, I was doing the thing where you scour YouTube and you look for goal setting YouTube videos and all of those things, and I came across a YouTube video by Ali Abdaal, and I think it's Ali Abdaal. And it was such an interesting YouTube video because in it he cited a study that was done, and the study, I think it was on the effectiveness of like communicating, writing down your goals in like achieving success, etc. In the study, they had group 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each group kind of had a different setup. So group 1 was almost like the control, where they were asked to have goals, not write them down, not really do anything about the goals, except try and achieve them over the course amount of set time. Then in group 2 to 5, they were all said to write down their goals and try and achieve them in the same set amount of period of time. What the stats showed was that the group 1 who didn't write down their goals, I think it was about a 42% success rate in achieving their goals, whereas all the other groups that did write down their goals had a 64% success rate in achieving their goals by the end of the period of time. But what I found most interesting was what they did with group 5, and they had group 5 not just write down their goals, but also reach out to a supportive friend and send their friend their goals on a weekly basis and check-ins, almost as like an accountability buddy to see how well that would work in achieving their goals. And they were sitting at about a 70% success rate. And it really got me thinking, with this year in 2025, in the beginning of the year, I didn't really go into the year with any concrete goals, things written down or anything like that. I was like, this year I'm just gonna see how it goes. And it was a little bit of a mess in the beginning of the year. Because of that, it sent me into quite a slump, an anxious slump, and I had to pull myself out of it, and I did that by goal setting. I didn't have the capacity to think too far into the future, like in 6 months' time. I was like, I'm gonna set concrete, like 3-month, 2-month goals, and I'm gonna just work towards them. So that's exactly what I did. I set up goals in terms of fitness, academics, and my graduate film project that I was making. And because I was I was prioritizing those goals, but 2, I was writing them down, and I was so specific, I was literally able to achieve every single one, and it made the year actually turn out to be a massive success. I'm super proud of how I showed up this year, everything that I achieved, and I felt like that second half of the year really it turned it around for me. So going into this year, I wanted to continue that momentum, and I decided that I was going to try and replicate the study with a friend of mine. And I reached out to her, I sent her the article, and I was like, do you want to be my accountability buddy? So she said yes. Thank you, Anna. And what we're doing is we are going to be sending each other like a weekly newsletter. I've decided that this year I've divided up my goals according to seasons, because I'm an incredibly seasonal based person. I function differently, very differently in summer than I do in winter. And in Cape Town, I don't know if you know this, but we only have summer and winter, like autumn and spring doesn't exist. But I'm setting up my goals according to those 3-month periods. And I think that shorter time period just makes it easier for me to focus in and prioritize and not feel like it's a ridiculous commitment for me to have to do. I do have overarching year-end goals that those are all connecting to, but the priority is just making sure I can reach these 3-month goals. I was working on that all weekend, and now I'm in my phase of prepping for the new year. My room is the biggest mess it has been in literally years. I don't think I'm a messy person, especially as I've entered adulthood. I make a massive effort to make sure that I clean my room at least 5 to 10 minutes every day, and I do one big clean every Sunday. But when it is summer and I am working, I work as a kayaking guide, I am hiking, diving, seeing friends, editing videos, like partially living at my boyfriend's house, I just neglect my room entirely, clothes are all across the floor. It's chaos. So first things first is that I'm going to be spending the rest of today cleaning up that space, just making sure it feels like a really nice environment. As you can see, I'm feeling super energized and excited for this week. I'm also doing a hike later this evening, so I will get some video clips of that for you, but it is going to be a very, very productive one. I will see you in a little bit.
It's crazy that the driver was.
Morning! You're gonna get so sick of me saying this, but I'm up early once again. I have work at 9 o'clock today, but I have to be there an hour before, and with Cape Town in summer, the traffic to get from where I live to where I work can take me like up to an hour some days. So I'm up early again. I'm making breakfast. My boyfriend is currently sleeping in the bed, but I didn't record with you anymore yesterday because the day ended up being so busy. So to fill you in after we chatted, I started the mission of cleaning my room, and I think I'm gonna have to continue that today because there was so much to sort through and I kept getting distracted and starting side little projects. Like my mission at first was let's clean the cupboard, like let's do that. And then I looked at my little bookshelf and I was like, that needs some work too. So the room kind of looks like a bomb has hit it at the moment, and we're in that stage where everything looks way worse than when we started before it gets better. So I've got that as a priority today. Then my friend Anna came and picked me up for us to go on the hike, and we left for the hike about 5:30 in the evening. So for context, I was working like midday all the way. I forgot about this. I did make myself the most delicious like tofu meal that I found on Pinterest. There's this girl and she does all these different tofu meals and they're so good, and I love tofu because I'm vegetarian and it's an amazing source of protein, and I could eat it every day. She picked me up at 5:30 and then we went to do our hike. We do, like my friend, she just loves doing Cliffridge Corner, but it's so funny because we always time it wrong for the sunset and we always think the hike is going to take longer than it actually does, but it's actually quite a short hike, but it's beautiful. And we had a group of like 13 of us all together and we did the hike. Yay, toast, breakfast. I wanted a little bit more toasted than that. And it was like a really big group of girls. I think Matt, my boyfriend, was there, his best friend Ben, and then one of their kind of friend of friends was also joining us, which was cool. And then a large group of girls, which I just had the best time talking to. Afterwards, we went to Bacini's for dinner. Really good. I enjoyed my pizza thoroughly. And came home and pretty much crashed and was ready for today. Now it's getting ready for work. I do have a strong feeling that work is going to end up being cancelled because the wind has been really strong and the 6:30 and the 7 o'clock trip was moved. But I still have to do the whole effort of like driving all the way there, checking out what the weather conditions look like, and then seeing if it's going to get cancelled by my lead guide or not. And then I will probably come home if it does and do all the work. Otherwise, I will show you what the trip looks like.
Working hard or hardly working? 50 clients.
I'm just quickly braiding my hair because I really liked how it looked this morning when I was kayaking. I got back probably half an hour ago and it was a good session. I honestly was expecting it to get cancelled because of the wind, but then when I got there the wind just slowly started dying out, so we went ahead and we had a lovely big trip. Saw a few dolphins, but mostly it was just more fun to be hanging out with all the other guides and seeing them, spending time with them. Gone home, I had some leftovers from lunch yesterday, so I quickly had that as a snack. And now I'm on my way to the mall so that we can get some shopping because I'm having friends come over for dinner tonight because I've been house sitting my house while my family is away, and we're gonna do poke bowls, gonna bake chocolate chip cookies, watch movies, and do like a Secret Santa between all of us. That's kind of gonna be it for the day, so I think this is gonna be our last catch up. But something that I was thinking about a lot when I was on the trip is I'm making social media content for the kayaking company that I'm working on, but I've been feeling so anxious about posting my own content on Instagram on my diving page that every single week I plan, I save videos, I start to try and script things, and I brainstorm how I'm going to do it, and then I never do it. Like, I never fully commit to the whole thing, and I think I've just been getting a bit scared. Like, I got over that fear at the beginning of this year because I was like, just post the post. Like, doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's bad, doesn't matter if it gets a lot of views or a little bit of views, just put it out there. But then I had one of my videos get like a lot more views than I usually do. I mean, by universal standards, probably not that much, but I think it was like 130,000, and it was just constant likes, follows every single day, which was amazing. And I was over the moon about building a bigger community and having people follow and being so inspired by diving and being in the ocean. But then I also felt this like big weight of keeping up that standard of video. But it's so intimidating now. And I had another video that I posted similar to it that also did pretty well by my standards. I mean, right now I only have about 3,000 followers on my Instagram page. And to even say only have is insane to me, because 3,000's more than I've ever had on my page. So it's actually unbelievable. And if you are one of those followers, thank you. But I've been just feeling so anxious about uploading more content, and I've officially decided I need to get over that fear. I need to be okay with posting bad things, about just posting my thoughts, just random speaking to the camera like this, which is kind of what this vlog is about, is me just getting comfortable talking and also not being worried about presenting my full self on social media. Because I think oftentimes I think, well, I'm not an expert in this field, so I don't really think I should be speaking about it, and who really cares to follow my life and what I'm up to. But also, there are a lot of people like me in the world who care about storytelling and marine conservation and the world of like social media and how that's going to impact environmentalism and storytelling, but also like opportunities for entrepreneurs. And I think I want to be part of that space, and I want to take up my space confidently and proudly. So that is this mission for the next week or two, is just to do the post, just get it out there. And I want to go into 2026 feeling empowered and happy doing so. I'm just going to talk as I'm driving, but not look at you guys because I don't want anything too distracting. But I'm on my way to go pick up my cousin Fallon. We are born 2 months and 2 days apart, and I haven't seen her in quite a while. She's been visiting my grandparents over the last few weeks with my aunt and her brother, and so it's going to be so nice to have a catch up. But last night was honestly, I have not laughed that hard in years. I just had, you know, when you have your friends over and you have that reflective pause moment in the middle of all of you hanging out, and you kind of just end up going like, wow, I'm so grateful to be in this moment with these people. And a lot of my friends that were over last night, aside from 2 of them who are relatively new friends and but very awesome and lovely people, but with Ben, Anna, and Matt being my boyfriend, I'm going to change lanes. I've been friends with them for majority of my life, for all of them, and now to be like in my 20s and we're still doing sleepovers and we're still like cooking together and hanging out and laughing as much as we did, that really like, that's such a special thing, to have relationships that fuel you in that way and make you feel so fulfilled. And also like, these are the people I'm probably going to spend a lot of my life around and achieving milestones with and in support of each other, and I'm very grateful for that. So that was my evening last night. We watched Love Actually to celebrate Christmas, and I think I fell asleep like 20 minutes in because it was way too late past my bedtime, and I was exhausted. And we did a little secret Christmas Santa thing as well. which I think is so cute. I've never done that with friends before, so it was nice to celebrate with each other in that way too. That is the update for now. Fal and I are going to Cork Bay to hang out with each other. It's a bit windy. Surprising for Cape Town, isn't it? Sorry, that is really, really skewed. But Fal and I are going to Cork Bay. We're going to have a quick swim and catch up because I've missed her. Really love my cousins. They're the best.
So Erin, you did it fast on the 6th.
Yeah, I did first.
Family, Aaron, did they enjoy Christmas?
Yeah. Merry Christmas for yesterday. It's Boxing Day today, and I have already done a run. I was meant to work this morning again, but then the wind was way too strong, so it got cancelled. But luckily, I brought my friends for a run at like 6:30 a.m. and we did a 5k around Sea Point Promenade. It was really good start to the day, especially after Christmas, where it was complete chill downtime. It was a lovely Christmas. Spending it with my boyfriend's family was special. They're really lovely and I got spoiled. Now we're house sitting his house. I'm at mine currently, but we're house sitting at his house for the next few days up until New Year's, and I'm so excited to show you what I'm doing for New Year's. I'm going to keep it a bit of a secret now until the actual day, but it's becoming a tradition between my friends and I that's what we go and do for New Year's, and it's the coolest tradition possibly ever, so I can't wait to show you what we get up to and what we do for that. But right now I have lunch with a friend who's come down from the UK and we haven't seen him in a while. I think it's genuinely been a year since I last saw him. Something that I do while I'm always getting ready is I have perfumes or like smells for certain periods of my life, and because I'm such a smell person, it just works for me like that. It's like a time capsule. So I'm busy using perfume right now. I've been using Sabrina Carpenter because I love her. I've been using her perfume the past year for 2025, and I use it almost every day. Not quite, but like almost every day for the past year, and I just know that in a year's time, when I'm in a different perfume, if I ever smell this, it's gonna be like literally transporting me back to another time. For example, I put labels on them so I know what time eras they are, and they're not like year specific entirely. It's just like little periods of time that feel quite like significant or important to me, but they're not really like, oh, this was a whole year. For example, this is August to March of 2019 to 2020, and it reminds me, this was kind of when I first got into diving and being in the ocean, or just more so just being comfortable in the ocean, because I was really scared of it for a long time. And I made friends with this boy called Hollywood, who's now one of my best friends' partner, and we've all been friends since about 2019. And he had a beach house that we go to his house, and then we'd walk down to the beach and we'd swim out in the ocean and in the waves. Every time I smell this, it's like I'm back there. I remember exactly what it felt like to be spending those beach days at his house, and it's so special. So I'm deciding what is going to be the next era's perfume as I move out of being like a film student and in the class and into more of an entrepreneurship path and figuring out how business and all of that works. It might be this, it might be that. Anyway, I'm about to be picked up by my boyfriend in just a sec. I'm so hungry, but they're gonna be here like in 2 seconds, so. No, I don't have any plans. Good morning. I'm now currently house sitting with my boyfriend at his house. Look at this. This is Teddy. Just to update you on how the rest of yesterday went, because I didn't record much. The lunch was good. It was lovely. It was nice to catch up with our friend from the UK, although I haven't seen him in about a year, and we became friends first when we were 13, which is quite interesting. I'm really realizing how I've been able to maintain a lot of my long-term friendships since I was a child, which I don't think a lot of people experience. Like, a few people generally grow out of their friendships from when they're a kid, and I think usually that's due to growing pains, and that's quite a good thing. But I've kind of watched myself over the years like grow out of friendships and then reconnect and reunite with them. I do spend a lot of my life connecting with people, and I love connecting with people. I love hearing what drives them and learning their stories and really finding the common ground between myself and them. And I think there's a huge passion in almost like friendship making for me, and having that like broad horizon of people that I'm friends with also has meant that I've got like a lot more potential for friendships to last into my young adult years. Who knows how they'll work going into my like later adult years, like into my 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. I do think over time they start to thin out a bit more, but I think due to being a kid who just wanted to be friends with absolutely every single person, and that carrying on all through high school, it's meant that I've been able to stay connected to quite a few people as I enter my early 20s. It's nice to see how differently everyone's life shapes out. Like, we all started in this common ground, this common space of like primary school or high school, where our connections to each other, we were all like on the same ground level. We were all in grade 1 or in grade 4, and our challenges looked largely similar aside from personal challenges, but like in terms of like what we were striving for was mostly academics or in sports. And now that we're all like left school, that structure completely disappeared. I mean, I've got people who are across the world studying accounting or marine biology, and then I have friends who have gone off and done yachting, and that's what their success is looking like. Like, there's just a whole bunch of routes, and none look the same, and also none are the correct and right route. Like, nobody is on a path where I'm like, this person has 100% nailed it, we should all be copying their formula. Like, everyone looks a bit different, and I think that's a really cool realization to have in your 20s, is that this stops being almost, I don't know if this is a universal experience, but primary and high school felt quite competitive at my school in terms of like how academically well you were succeeding, or how well you were succeeding with your friends, or how like it felt there was this tone, this underlying tone of competition and just measurement, and I feel like that just disappears in your adulthood years. Like, I don't feel competitive in any way with my friends. I feel proud of them and what they're achieving and who they are. Like, I really do have people that I'm surrounded with who I think are very high achievers and hard workers, which makes me so proud, because it definitely is a major factor in driving me forward as an individual. I'm going to end this week's video over here. So, I hope you enjoyed your week and had a very lovely, if you celebrate Christmas, then a lovely Christmas, but if not, then a lovely like holiday season, and you're feeling ready going into the new year. I'm still not done sorting out my room, so we're gonna have to continue that at some point. Oh, you're very cute. And I will resume and meet up with you guys again on Monday. So enjoy your weekend. Or week, because I'm not sure if I'll be releasing this on Monday. But if so, enjoy your week.